A very good morning to madam. My name is Rajalashmi Velu and my metric number is 282617. This is our first requirement. Our first requirement is manage donors application. This is the sequence diagram for the first requirement, and this is the communication diagram for the first requirement based on analysis phase. As a first step, user have to press application button which shows in the page, and then the main page will send application form to the controller, which is PDEMS. After that, the controller will display the application form in the application form page. As a next step, user have to fill the application form which it shows in the application form page, and then user have to press apply button to finish their application in the application form page. From there, the application form page will send apply button to the controller. The controller will check the application, and then if they don't want to continue the application, they still can cancel button. If let's say the application is not completed, the system will shows the incomplete details message to them. If they press the cancel button, the system will if they press the cancel button in the application form page, the system will send cancel button to the controller. The controller will back to the main page. If let's say the information is not complete, which means it shows the incomplete information, the controller will display the incomplete information on the application form page, and then the user have to refill the information which it shows in the application form page. If there's no problem, they still want to continue their application, the controller will save the donor's information in a form details page, and then the controller also display the donor's information in the donor's information page, and then they can back to the main page by pressing the back button which shows in the donor's information page. This is the communication diagram. Same as that, user have to press the application button, it goes to the main page, and then as a second step, it will send the application form to the controller, and as a third step, the controller will send the application form, display the application form in the application form page. As the next step, the user have to fill the application form which shows in the application page. After that, they have to press the apply button in the application form page. After that, the application form page, it will send the apply button to the controller. The controller will check the application details. After that, it will save the donor information in the form details, which is our entity, and then it will display the donor's information in the donor's information page. After that, the controller will back to the main page if we press the back button, and then user can press the cancel button. And then the requirements are for the our alternative way, which is cancel button as the first button. If they press the cancel button, the system will back to the main page, and then from the application page, it will send the cancel button to the controller. From that, it will display the main page. The controller will display the main page, and then the controller, if let's say our next alternative way, this controller will display the incomplete information if the information is incomplete, and then the user have to refill the information in the application form. That's all for the requirement 1. This is the design phase diagram for our first requirement, which is manage donors application. As a first step, user have to press application button, press application in the main page, and then it will send the application to the controller, and then it will display the application in the application form, and then they have to press apply to fulfill their application form, and then it will send apply to the controller. Controller will check the application details. They have an alternative way whether they want to cancel. If and also there's an error message, and then explanation flow, which is error message, and then the information will be saved to the donor info in our entity, and then it will display the donors info in the donors information page. After that, it will back to the main page. If they want to cancel, they have to press the cancel button in the application form page. It will send the cancel button to the controller, and then it will display our back page in our screen. This is the collaboration diagram. This is the first requirement based on design phase. User have to press application in the main page. It will send application to controller. It will display application in application form. And then user have to press apply to fulfill the application form. It will send apply to the controller, and then it will check application details and then save donor info. After that, it will display donors info in donor information page. After that, they can back to the main page by by pressing the cancel button. Press cancel button in the application form page. It will send cancel to the controller. Send cancel to the controller, and then it will display our main page. That's all for the requirement one.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Hambali, and my matric number is 278569. So today I want to present about requirement 2, manage donor information. So for analysis phase, sequence diagram, it contains two boundaries, which is main menu, manage donor information page, one controller, BEMS, and one entities, donor information. It also contains one actor, which is admin, alternative flow, approve, decline, and back. So for the analysis phase, collaboration diagram, this is done by referring sequence diagram and following the flow of sequence diagram in analysis phase. Next is design phase in sequence diagram. Design phase is same with analysis phase. It convert uppercase letter and add method. Next is design phase collaboration diagram. It also same with analysis phase and convert uppercase letter and add method. So for the requirement 3, manage blood donation event. So for analysis phase, it contains 4 boundaries, which is main menu, blood donation event page, manage blood donation event page, blood donation event details, one controller, EDMS, and one entities, event details, and one actor, which is user. For the alternative flow, it contains A1 edit, A2 delete, A3 search, A4 back, and E1 incomplete information. Next is analysis phase for collaboration diagram. It's done by referring sequence diagram and following the flow of sequence diagram in analysis phase. Next is design phase in sequence diagram. Design phase is same with analysis phase. It converts uppercase letter and add method. Next is design phase in collaboration diagram. It also same with analysis phase. It converts uppercase letter and add method.
My name is Ho Ming Hui and my metric number is 281689. And in this video I will be presenting my part, which is person in charge and as well as view event. And now I'll be presenting my first part, which is person in charge. And this will start with our admin. Press on the person in charge button at the main page, and it will send request to the controller BDMS to get the person in charge list. After getting the person in charge list, the controller will display the person in charge list into the second boundary page, which is person in charge page. After displaying the list in the PIC page, the user can choose to click add button or back button. When user press on add button at the PIC page, it will send request to BDMS to add the member into the list. And after that, if the user add wrong member into the list, they can choose on click edit on the PIC page and choose the member of their choice and click on delete, and the system will go to BDMS to check the availability of the person. And next the system will delete the person and update the list. After that, it will display a success message at the PIC page for the user. And the next part is search. And this part starts with when user enter the keyword of the certain person, for example their IC or their name, and they will send a request and to the controller, and the BDMS controller will check the availability of the person and display the related information for the search keyword person information. And after that, user can click on back button at the PIC page, and it will send request to BDMS controller and back to the main page. And this will be the communication diagram, which is the part that I explained on the sequence diagram here. And here they will show the arrow, the flow. When the user click, then it will go to where. And that's all for this part. And next I will be explaining the next part, which is view, the sequence diagram and communication diagram for view event. And this start with when the admin user, which is user, click on view event at the main page, and the main page will process to the controller BDMS to check the availability of the event and get the event from the event detail entity. After that, the BDMS will show the event detail at the event page boundary. After that, user can choose to click on view event, which is more detail, and when the user click on more detail, the system will send to check the address from the BDMS controller to get the address of the event. After that, the BDMS will display the event address at the event page for the user. After that, user can click on back button at the event page, and it will send request to the BDMS to back to the main page. And this will be the communication diagram for this view event. So it's the same flow. Click on view event at the main menu, check availability, confirm, and then get the address from entity event detail and display at here, display at event page. And next, they can click on more detail. They will send request to BDMS to get address. So they get address at event detail and display at event page. After that, user can click on back button at event page so that they can send back request to BDMS to back to main menu. That's all from me. Thank you. And the next part will be the communication as well as the sequence diagram in design phase for person in charge as well as view event. Of course, the flow will be the same as the design phase that I mentioned earlier, but I will still explain it again, the flow for the both of person in charge as well as view event in design phase. And user start with click checklist, and the system will request list from BDMS and get list from PIC list. After that, BDMS will show list at PIC page. And after that, user can click on add person at PIC page or add lead. And the PIC and at the PIC page will request add member into the BDMS to add member into PIC list. And go to edit. After user clicking edit, they can click on delete person, delete the person that they want, and the system will check availability of the person in BDMS and delete it. After that, it will update into PIC list, the newest list, and display the result at PIC page. And after that, the user can enter keyword at PIC page to search the keyword requests at BDMS. And the system will check availability at PIC list and display the information at PIC page. This is same, and user click back to main menu at PIC page, and it will request back at BDMS to return to main page. And this will be the communication diagram for person in charge. It will checklist, request, BDMS, and BDMS search in PIC list and display at PIC page. And user can add, edit, delete, enter keyword at PIC page. Same, this will request, check, and search the keyword request to BDMS to get list, add into list, or update member into PIC list. And it will display result, show list, and display information into PIC page. And after that, they click back to main, they request back at BDMS so that they can return to main page. And next will be the sequence diagram in design phase for view event detail and communication diagram for view event detail. And this will also same start with view event, or user can press in view event detail so that they can check detail in BDMS, and the BDMS will process the detail to get detail in event detail entity and display it into the boundary event page. And when user click on view event detail, view event address, so the system will check the availability at BDMS and get address at the event detail. After that, BDMS will display the event address at the event page for the user. And this will be the communication diagram in design phase for view event. And the flow will be the same: view event and main page, check detail, process at BDMS, get event detail, and display at event page boundary. After that, user can click on view event detail or back to main menu at event page so that they can check availability or send back requests at BDMS. If the user click on view event detail at the event page, they will check at BDMS and get address at event detail. After that, it will display at event page. And if user click on back to main, they will send back request to BDMS. After that, it will back to its main menu. And that's all for my sequence diagram in analysis phase for view event as well as person in charge. Thank you.
This is the last requirement of the system. Our last requirement is manage attendance of donors. This is the sequence diagrams, and then this is the communication diagram based on analysis phase. As a first step, admin have to press the attendance of donors button, which shows in the main page. The system will display the information of donors in the attendance of donors page. After that, the admin have to approve the attendance of donors in the attendance of donors page, so that the system will send approve button to the controller. The controller will check the information of donors. If let's say they want to back to the they didn't want to approve or anything, they want to back to the main page, the admin have to press the return button as an alternative button, which is shows in the attendance of donors page. So he have to press, and then the system will send the return button to the controller, and then the controller will back to the main page. If there's nothing, they want to continue their following steps, the donor have to donor of information will be added to the list in the attendance details page. If they want to view the list, they have to press the view button, which shows in the attendance details page. Okay, to view, they have to press the press view button in the attendance of donors page. The system will send the view button to the controller, and then from there they can view the list of attendant donor information of attendance donors page. If let's say they want to remove any one of the attendant donors from the list, if they added mistakenly or whatever, they have to press the remove button, which shows in the information of attendant donors page. Once they press it, the system will send remove button to the controller. From that, the controller will remove the donor's information. If they didn't have anything to remove or anything, they can back to the main page. Admin have to press the back button, which shows in the information of attended donors list, and then it will send the back button to the controller. The controller will back to the main page. And this is the communication diagram. The admin have to, as a first step, admin have to press the attendance of donors button in the main page. It will display the information of donors in the attendance of donors page. After that, the admin have to approve attendance of donors in the attendance of donors page. It will send the approve button to the controller. The controller will check the information of donors. If everything is correct, it will add it to the donor information, will add it to the list in the attendance details, which is our entity. After that, the admin have to press, if they want to remove anything, they have to press the remove button in the information of attendant donors list. If you send remove button to the controller will remove the donors information from the list. If they want to back to the main page, the admin have to press the return button in the attendance of donors page. It will send the return button to the controller. From that, the controller will back to the main page. As a next step, if they want to view the list of attendant donors, they have to press the view button, which is in the attendance of donors page. It will send the view button to the controller. I will send the view button to the controller, and then we can view the attendance of list of attendant donors in the information of attendant donors list, attendant donors page. And then if we want to back to the main page, the admin have to press the back button, which is in the information of attendant donors page, and then the system will send the back button to the controller. The controller will back to the main page. This is the design phase diagram for the last requirement, which is manage attendance of donors. As a first step, admin have to press attendance of donors in the main page. It will show the donors information in the attendance of donors page. After that, admin have to approve the donors attendance of donors, and the attendance it will send approve to the controller, and then the controller will check for the donors information, and then if they want, they can return to. For return, admin have to press the return button in the attendance of donors page. From that, it will send return to the controller. From that, it will return to the main page. If there's nothing they want to continue, the controller will add the donor's information to the attendant detail, which is our entity. If the donor want to view the details, the donor has to press view button in the attendance of donors page. It will send view to the controller, and the controller will open the list of attendant donors in the information of attendant donors page. As a next step, if let's say they want to remove any they want to remove any information of the donors in the list, they have to press remove button in the information of donors and information of attendant donors page. It will send remove button to the controller, so that the controller will remove the donors information. If they don't want to remove, they can back to the main page too. For that, the admin have to press back button in the information of attendant donors page. It will send back to the controller, and the controller will back to the main page. And this is the collaboration diagram for the design page diagram for the last requirement. Admin has to press attendance of donors in the main page, and it will show donors information in attendance of donors page. After that, donors have to approve donors, and then it will send approve to the controller. Controller will check for the donors information, and then donors the attendant details, which is our entity. After that, the admin want to remove any of the donors from the list. He have to press remove in the information of attendant donors page. It will send remove to the controller. Controller will remove the donors information from the list. After that, if they want to back to the main page, they have to press a return button in the attendance of donors page, so that it will send return to the controller, and then it will return to the main page. After that, if they want to view the list of the attendant donors, they have to press view button in the attendance of donors page. From that, it will send view to the controller, and then controller will view the attendant donors in the information of attendant donors page. If let's say they want to back to the main page, they have to press back button, which shows in the information of attendant donors page, and then it will send back to the controller. Controller will back to the main page. This all for the last requirement. This is the class for our requirements. Over here we can see what are the entities that we have in our all the requirements, what are the boundaries that are requirements, and also entities and boundaries are in our requirement based on our controller. Our controller is BDEMS, and then on the right side we can see all the boundaries of our requirements, and on the left side we can see all the entities of our requirement. That's all from us. Thank you.